I'm going to put an idler pulley on the T190 Bobcats. It's real quick. Only takes 2 tools. You got a 9/16 socket and a breaker bar. That's pretty much all it takes. Pop the cover off, everything, and then you put it on. Here, that's what we're going to be working with. So, right back in there, we're going to replace that idler pulley. Here is the new one. All right, here's a view of the old idler pulley from inside. You notice it has the 9/16 bolt. There, you got your arrow pointed off to the right. It is kind of dirty in here, but as you need to replace it, it's pretty simple, pretty quick. You just got to take the 9/16 bolt out, pull the idler pulley out, put a new one in. Come in here with my ratchet. Break it loose. These are tight fit in here. I did not take the air cleaner out. So once you get it broken loose, you can pretty much remove it with your fingers. Unless yours is real rusty. Right, so here I got the bolt out. You go ahead and pull the idler fully out. As you see, it just sits in that slot. There's 2 bolt holes there. You only need 1. So like if you need to adjust it more downward, you can move your bolt down to the bottom hole. Here is the old pulley. Makes a little bit of racket when it's running, as the arrow is all the way at the bottom. There's no tension left. Arrow should be towards the top. You have your arrow there. All right, so there's a little more tension on it. Or the spring is still good, I should say. And then right in that area is where you want the arrow to be pointing. We'll go ahead and stick it, the new one in. These things do weigh about 10 pounds, so they are heavy duty. Stick it in there and it sits right in that holder. Once you get it in position, then you can get your bolt started. Pull my electric ratchet out. Go in here. I'll tighten this bolt up to where it's just barely snug. That way I can still move the slider down. I'll put my pry bar in there, slide it down here in a second. Pretty simple to get to with just a swivel head ratchets and a deep well socket. Just get it snug enough right there. Okay, so we got the pry bar in here. We're going to push down on the pulley. As you notice, it slides down. We're going to go ahead and tighten it up here with our ratchet. Get it tight enough to where it's not going to move. Then I'll come back in and tighten it up here in a second. As you notice, our pointer has not adjusted, right? So it should be off to the right a little bit past that dimple that is pointing out right now. But you'll notice once we start the engine, it will adjust right in the position that we need it to be. Finish tightening it up there. I checked the bottom belt. All right, now here is a view from the outside. So you'll notice the pulley drop down, tightening the belt up as we pry it down. So we'll go back here. We'll go up here and start the engine. See if we hear any racket. Make sure our belt is tight enough for hydraulic pressure. There we go. Got it fired up. As you notice, that pointer is adjusting off to the right. That way we can, looks like it's right in the right position for adjustment. If you notice my cooling fan belt, it's in the left-hand side. It's flopping around, so I'm gonna have to look into that. That idler, that tensioner on that fan as well. Let's go ahead and put it in the high throttle. Looks pretty good. Tensioner don't seem to be bouncing around or anything like that, so hopefully this fixes my issue I was having. I did a job last week and I had to readjust this tensioner twice, so I kept losing hydraulic pressure because my belt was slipping too bad. So, and it was making a huge racket. So hopefully that fixes it. Thanks for watching. That's pretty much it. Idler pulleys on there. It was pretty loud. I actually had to tighten it up a few times while I was using it last week. So hopefully that fixes my belt tension issue. If not, I'll have to dig back into it. So that ought to do.